Close your eyes. No, really. Think back to this morning when you first woke up, leading up to this very minute. How'd it go? Have you smiled today as a result of something unexpected? Any unwelcome surprises? What joyful news have you received recently? What circumstances weighing heavily on you and your loved ones? Do you know what you'd like to achieve in the future? At Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union, we believe in stories. Your story. We have made it our organizational mission to write good into the life stories around us. You are a living, breathing, real-time legacy in process, juggling work, family, school, finances, living expenses, and trying to build a better tomorrow for you and your family. Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union is here to walk beside you, to collaborate with, to lighten heavy loads, to provide solutions, to help you achieve the big goals you have, and to celebrate with you when you achieve major milestones. Started by teachers and educators 68 years ago, the legacy of our story is seeing people for their humanity, for their aspirations, and to write good into their life story. Owned and democratically governed by our account holders, imagine the difference of banking with a not-for-profit financial cooperative that pulses with the founding heartbeat of some of the best educators in the state and who partners with employee-centric organizations. When was the last time your financial institution asked you, "How are you?" and genuinely cared about your answer?
We don't care about people just because there's a business opportunity to care about them. We care about them because we genuinely gravitate towards opportunities to lift people up, to come alongside them, to make the world better. And sometimes the world is falling down.
Hurricane Harvey came and the water starting to come in. And of course, like most everybody that was further away from the coast, we didn't have flood insurance. It was tough.
So this particular member had a large sum of fraud on her account. The account had already been charged off because the account was negative for so long, and a support check had come through her account. She was really in desperate need of needing this money because her estranged husband had abused her and her 3 children, and they were currently living in a shelter.
In 2015, I was chosen as the Teacher of the Year, and they pulled my name out, and I won $24,000, which was like a 1-year mortgage giveaway. I knew I wanted to purchase a house, and I knew I wanted to use that money for the down payment, but I didn't know anything else about buying a house.
My brother had just passed, so I needed to come in and get a credit card because I needed a rental. It was just like really hard. 1 second.
Well, I'm a woman with several disabilities, and I would always come inside the banking institution, and I would always struggle. There were some discrepancies on my credit report because living with a disability is very challenging.
I think the stories that we have selected and that we've brought to the surface are just this tiny sample of the things that CFFCU has been doing for 65 years.
After the funeral and everything, I just felt like, oh my God, I got a credit card, like I was able to get my rental, like I don't know what I would have done.
Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union, they did everything within their power to have that item removed.
Everybody at the credit union and all of their affiliates were working with me. They were of utmost integrity. They were positive, they were helpful. I mean, always went the extra mile for me, but by February of 2016, I had found a home and I got to move in.
We retrieved that money back from those fraudulent charges. We paid off the remaining charge-off amount that was in your account. We cleaned your record, but here's the remaining funds, which happened to be over $1,400. The member proceeded to cry and was like, I'm still struggling and I didn't know what I was going to do for Christmas, so you have no idea how much this means to me and what a great time this was.
So many people came out of the woodwork like that I didn't even know or think about, or I mean, everybody helped. It was really cool to see so many people come out and help us.
We get to experience these different stories, some good, some that were moments of pain and hurt. Some of them were hopeful for the future. And we deal with stories like that every single day throughout our organization.
That 5 minutes that you have in front of them, that you're doing everything you possibly can to make their day better.
Cy-Fair Credit Union did the exact same thing for me. They had this opportunity. It's good for them and it's good for me, but it's good that we're both treating each other with respect and being able to trust and work together.
After I leave, I have no anxiety. I feel like I just left like a family member's home.
I got my first credit cards and now I feel like an adult.
The people we are working with most often for the longest amount of time, the stories that we have the most opportunity to write into is each other's. How we show empathy to the stories of everyone around us.
At the end of the day, it's not really about, money, because those things that we can do to help our members to change their lives, it's kind of priceless. If we take that 1 minute to just listen and to just ask the right questions, we may unpack a whole other situation that we didn't know about.
How are you planning to prepare for retirement? How are you going to recover from a financial crisis? How are you going to finance your next vehicle loan? How are you going to lift your family to the economic goals that you have? How do you dig below the surface? How do you give them more than they even know that they could get in that interaction? That's what CFFCU wants to stand for.